All right, let's just dive right into this because what we're looking at today is literally the frontier of modern science. Welcome to this explainer. We're tackling a topic that sounds, honestly, like pure science fiction, but I promise you it is happening in flesh and blood right now. Today, we're counting down 5 extinct animals that scientists are actively bringing back to life. Some are in labs, some are slated for release soon, and one, well, we're gonna get to that. For our entire lives, we've all been taught one very simple, absolute rule of nature, right? Extinct means gone forever. But what if it doesn't? What if extinction isn't forever? That single question represents a monumental shift in human capability. Thanks to some absolutely jaw-dropping breakthroughs in genetic engineering, we aren't just studying the past anymore. We are actively rewriting it. So let's start our countdown with a creature whose very name is synonymous with being wiped off the map. Coming in at number 5, the dodo, the ultimate symbol of extinction. To really grasp how monumental this is, you have to remember what the dodo was, a giant, slow-moving bird from the island of Mauritius. It had absolutely no natural predators, which meant it had zero fear of humans. When European sailors showed up, the dodo just waddled right up to them. And, well, by 1681, humans had completely wiped them out. But now, that narrative is actually changing, and the science behind it is brilliant. There's a lab in Texas called Colossal, and they are leading the charge here. First, they extract cells from the eggs of the dodo's closest living relative, the Nicobar pigeon. Then they painstakingly rewrite that genetic code, piece by piece, matching it to ancient dodo DNA. And finally, the wild part, they inject those newly edited cells into regular chicken embryos. Yeah, you heard that right. Everyday chickens are acting as surrogate mothers for a species that's been gone for 340 years. So look at this timeline. From the tragic end of the last dodo in 1681 to present-day DNA editing in Texas, things are moving incredibly fast. If everything goes to plan, we are going to see the first dodo-like chick hatch within just 5 to 7 years. And the ultimate goal? To release them back into a protected reserve in Mauritius. The circle of time is quite literally closing, and the poster child for extinction might just be the very first species to prove that extinction can be reversed. Moving on to number 4 on our countdown, the thylacine, also known as the ghost in the glass jar. Now, this was Australia's last large predatory marsupial. Just imagine an animal that looked kind of like a dog crossed with a kangaroo, with these stark black stripes painted across its lower back. It was smart, solitary, and silent. But local farmers blamed the thylacine for killing their sheep, and this led to massive government bounties and honestly just ruthless hunting. That history culminates in a truly heartbreaking reality. On September 7, 1936, a thylacine named Benjamin died completely alone in an empty cage at a Hobart Zoo. A keeper had just forgotten to close his outdoor enclosure on a freezing cold night. We actually have surviving black and white footage of Benjamin taken just weeks before he died. In it, he does this massive 120-degree yawn. I mean, a jaw opening wider than literally any modern dog breed alive today. It's the tragic final image of an entire species. And the bitter irony of the whole shebang, just 2 short months later, a law was officially passed to protect them. But, the story doesn't actually end in 1936. Almost 90 years after Benjamin died, a staff member at the Melbourne Museum stumbled upon a glass jar sitting entirely forgotten in a back storage cabinet. Inside, a thylacine head that had been preserved in alcohol for 110 years. And from that exact tissue, scientists were able to extract not just DNA, but RNA. It is literally the rarest genetic material ever recovered from an extinct animal. No question. Because of that one forgotten jar, scientists have now managed to assemble the most complete genome of any extinct species in history. We're talking about a staggering 99.9% accuracy. They've already made over 300 precise edits to the genome of a living, closely related marsupial. Guys, it is the most heavily edited animal cell ever created. They're bringing it back, and they're getting ready to correct one of history's oldest mistakes. All right, down to number 3, the dire wolf. And the subtitle here says it all. They are already alive. Okay, I really want you to focus with me here for a second, because we're making a massive pivot. Everything we've talked about up until now has been about the future. It's been about plans and promises, but we are no longer talking about a plan. This one already happened. It is a completely mind-bending twist. The dire wolf, the actual terrifying apex predator of the Ice Age, has already been successfully resurrected. Here's how they did it. Scientists extracted DNA from a 13,000-year-old tooth
and a 72,000-year-old skull. Then, they meticulously rewrote 14 key genes inside the cells of a modern gray wolf. And the result? Well, on October 1st, 2024, Romulus and Rehace were born. At just 6 months old, these brothers weighed 36 kilograms and were nearly 2 meters long. That's huge. And their younger sister, Casey, she was just born on January 30th, 2025. We have 3 direwolves breathing again for the very first time in 12,000 years.
Their day-to-day reality is both awe-inspiring and, let's be honest, slightly terrifying. They're living right now on a 2,000-acre enclosed reserve behind a 3-meter fence, guarded round the clock by a dedicated 10-person team. They are a full 25% larger than any modern wolf breed, sporting this bright white fur, incredibly massive jaws, and a howl that sounds completely alien to modern ears. But here is the absolute wildest part. They feed exactly like their Ice Age ancestors. They'll go days without eating anything, and then just consume the entire rear half of a deer carcass in a single sitting. These aren't just statistics on a page, they are flesh and blood hunting right now.
Coming in at number 2, the woolly mammoth, resurrecting the Ice Age giants.
Now, these true giants of the Ice Age vanished roughly 4,000 years ago. Just to put that into perspective for a second, the last populations on Wrangel Island were still alive and roaming around while the ancient Egyptians were building the Great Pyramids. Crazy, right? And then just 40 centuries of silence. So how on earth are we bridging a 4,000-year gap? Well, it comes down to what you see here. A staggering 99.6% exact genetic match between the modern Asian elephant and the woolly mammoth. That tiny little 0.4% sliver is literally all that separates an elephant from a mammoth. And right now, in a massive 5,000 square meter facility down in Dallas, over 200 scientists and engineers are actively closing that gap, painstakingly rewriting that genetic difference by hand. Now, this might sound a bit strange, but right now there are hundreds of living lab mice out there that have long, golden, wavy fur. Scientists successfully rewrote 7 mammoth genes into the DNA of these mice, and that fur, it's now naturally passing down to their offspring. So technically speaking, these tiny little mice are the very first living creatures on Earth today to carry real woolly mammoth genes inside them. Talk about a weird family tree. The biological marathon required to actually pull this off is just incredible. Right now, scientists are working to place an edited embryo into an Asian elephant. But keep in mind, an elephant pregnancy lasts 22 months. That is the longest of any land animal on Earth. If all goes according to plan, we are going to see the very first woolly mammoth calf born by 2028. The first woolly giant to walk the planet in 40 centuries. Just let that sink in.
Which finally brings us to number 1 on our list, the moa, reversing our oldest mistakes.
This was an absolutely unbelievable bird native to New Zealand. Get this, it had no wings at all, not even little vestigial ones hidden under its feathers. When Polynesian tribes first arrived by boat, the moa had never needed to fear humans, and, well, tragic history repeated itself. Within about 200 years, all 9 species of moa were hunted entirely to extinction for their meat and their massive eggs. I really want you to grasp the terrifying and magnificent scale of what we lost here. 3.5 meters tall. To put that into perspective, that is taller than a basketball hoop hovering above your head, all supported by these massive, incredibly powerful legs. It was a true titan of the avian world. The effort underway right now to bring this giant back is, frankly, colossal. Sir Peter Jackson, yes, the director of The Lord of the Rings, has been obsessed with moa bones since he was a kid. In July 2025, he officially joined the Revival Project, investing his own personal collection of 4,500 perfectly preserved moa bones. On top of that, the indigenous Nita people of the South Island are directly acting as guardians of the land and the species. By summer 2026, we're expecting the first complete genome, with plans to use the South American tinamou bird as the surrogate mother. The ultimate goal, a living, breathing 3.5-meter moa walking through a New Zealand forest in under 10 years. It's happening. Wow, okay, we've covered a staggering amount of ground in this explainer, right? From ancient dodos to actual breathing direwolves. It leaves us staring at a radically different future than the one we thought we knew. So I'm going to leave you with this. Which of these extinct creatures would you most want to see walking the earth again? And perhaps more importantly, when you look at the immense scale of this human scientific achievement, are we truly ready for them?